Does your long-term care policy cover in-home care by a relative? Now, one of the many options you have when you purchase a long-term care policy is the nature of the care that you'll be receiving, where that care will be provided to you if you can't perform the activities of daily living or need substantial supervision, and by whom. Obviously, the goal for many of us is to have care provided at our home until we need a more formal care and perhaps even an institutional setting like a nursing home or an assisted living facility. The answer to that question can be found in your long-term care policy, and unfortunately, you may not like the answer. There's no uniform language in policies, but generally, the long-term care policy can provide a choice of services that can be provided at home in a community-based program, an assisted living facility, and even a nursing home. But you have to understand that not all long-term care policies cover home care by a relative. What does your policy say? Does the policy or plan require that the caregiving services be provided by a trained healthcare practitioner under the supervision of a nurse? Now, the other thing you need to consider is that the policy can require that you pay for care for a certain period of time before the policy benefits take effect. So are you required to pay for the nurse's supervision until the benefits kick in? Now, on the other hand, you may ask, what we really want is this in-home care by a relative. Then you have to ask some really specific questions and look at the terms of that policy. So these questions include, what training, if any, must your relative have or licensure to provide these caregiving services? Must your family member be supervised by a nurse? Who pays for that nurse? These are really crucial questions that you should answer now before you need the attendant care services or supervision. If you don't know the answer to these questions, you might find that your financial resources are exhausted before the benefits kick in, or that the arrangement that you thought would work doesn't work under the terms of this policy or plan. If you're facing these types of issues, please schedule a consultation with us. Long-term care services can be very expensive. They can drain a family's bank account, particularly when you don't know what benefits are actually being provided, who has to provide those benefits, whether they're out-of-pocket expenses, and what burden you or your family have to bear before the benefits are actually due. Call us today at 727-894-3188 for a complimentary consultation. We can help you regardless of where you live in the United States.